A little fire you leave, they say, can leave you without a little. So today, I'm talking about how to quench the fire of insecurity in Nigeria. Recently, in reinforcing the impact of various forms of community policing, our DG, Department of State Security, Mr. Adiola Oluwatosi Ajayi, once said in an interview that Nigerians should be ready to defend themselves against any threat or communal attack by bandits, militants, or kidnappers. As inept as that statement or message might seem, especially coming from the head of a top security agency who is supposed to protect us, unfortunately, it is our naked reality today as we need to protect ourselves. You see, the North has abandoned their homes to bandits and terrorists, masquerading as religious liberators who are killing in the name of God, with constant invasion of communities in Benue and Plateau, while the South is being ravaged by kidnappers and herders, as farmers are also abandoned their farms in these places. Ditto the Southwest. Even the Southeast, that used to be our Japan of Africa, is now home to killer herders, kidnapping, IPOB, and their sit-at-home order, as these various groups and gangs have turned our communities into fields of blood. The rest of us who have all run away and abandoned our homes to the few who are now collaborating with outsiders to wreak havoc on our land, rape our women, whilst killing our men and children and making our highway unsafe to travel. And now we willingly just share these pictures of this menace on social media to continually create the desired fear intended by these invaders. Our politicians, they are so complicit in this menace as some of them have continued selfishly to arm political thugs for election, only to run to Abuja and state capital and be holed up there and unable to return home to their constituencies, as a little fire they created is now leaving the entire country and community without a little. Whilst we cannot shy away from the menace of Fulani herders and their invasion of our community, we also need to wake up to the reality of the fact that in every invasion by these outsiders, we have our siblings, our indigents, who act as collaborators and accomplices. So when we point accusing fingers at the usual suspect, Fulani headsmen, without calling out the collaborators, our people who are collaborators, these people will consistently be smiling to the bank as we continue to play ostrich with insecurity. Because I tell you, outside are not going to know your village past you. Look inward. How about the salaries and allowances of our security personnel? It's not even enough to take care of them, not to talk of the providing the required skill and materials needed to protect us. To the extent that now that even our security forces now need someone to secure them. Abi, here say, na hunter rescue the DPO when kidnappers kidnap. Or say, even police now, they use a shigidi. They swear for thief, where thief generator, where they chain for police station. As impossible as this may sound, it is our reality. It is happening. Even some of the security personnel act as collaborators to the perpetrators of this crime. Abi, here also, when army officer, hear that video, where army officer, they telling troop to allow bandit pass, jejely go their way. And when they come, they allow them pass. Because, like we say in Nigeria, they cannot come and go and kill themselves. After all, no be DG, DSS now, they tell us to arm ourselves, to protect ourselves. This same sentiment has been echoed by former National Security Advisor and even a Minister for Defense. We have all been chased away from our communities and holed up in cities and foreign countries, shouting marginalization, while our homes are in flames, perpetrated by foreigners in collaborations with our siblings. While some of us are pushing for regional government and fiscal federalism, if we continue to allow strangers take over our land and establish kingdom therein, if tomorrow comes and we are to practice regional government, would we be strangers in our own land? Would we be strangers and slaves in our own land because we have allowed foreigners establish kingdom therein? If tomorrow comes and we are asked to go back home to our various villages and states, would there be a place for you or me to call home or occupy? For how long are we going to continue like this? Do you think this chop-by-chop arrangement or turn-by-turn presidency can continue to sustain this forced marriage without talking about these burning issues? Remember, when Obasanjo was in power, even though he tried to balance power amongst the various regions, the North cried of marginalization until that cry vanished when Yar'Adua came. And then this cry started again when Goodluck Jonathan was in power. And mind you, they found accomplice in the Southwest politician who also, cried to the extent that for the first time in the history of Nigeria, a political alliance was formed between some politicians in the north and some in the southwest, which led to the emergence of Buhari as president. And that crime from the north ceased until Tinubu now has come, and the north and the southeast, have found collaboration in screaming marginalization. Well, I sympathize with the southeast, who are yet to be given a place at the table of chop I chop. But be rest assured that these cries are not about you and I, and they are not about to reduce, no matter who becomes president for the next 20 years. Because Nigeria is a country of many nations. And the earlier we agree that we all have different orientation, different ideology, distinct affinity and political culture, and ensure that we create a political system that will accommodate the independence of all these various nations, while also at the same time maintaining an agreeable collaborative relationship at the center, the better for us. Otherwise, if we continue this, we might soon just be delaying the implosion of Nigeria into smaller countries, especially with the current security realities coupled with the agitations. If we make we continue to deny. However, if we don't put things in place to ensure the security architecture of our various houses, community, and town, using at least our various villages and town meetings, I hope when tomorrow comes, we will not become slaves in our own land. Though. Anyway, I pray that we heed this call and then build peace so that we can enjoy it when eventually we fall back. So I will therefore advocate, while the effort of the various state governors who are creating vigilante as a measure to combat insecurity is commendable, it is still a little drop in the mighty ocean. We also need serious community engagement and involvement as a first-line charge to ward off internal and external threat and also provide effective communal policing for the community as recommended by the DGDSS. We also need to create strong regional security network collaborations among the various regions to make it impossible for the invaders to travel from one region to another in the country. And in that regard, we have seen the Southwest has created Amotekun, and it is growing. No matter, the little effort, it is growing. The Northeast created its local civilian JTF. I don't know if it still exists or functional. And the effort of the Southeastern governors to create a Bubiagu fell flat on his face. I don't know why nobody is bothered about investigating why it failed and what happened. Anyway, that's a story for another day. How about the South-South, the North-West, and the North-Central? What have they created? I've been security in a racket for these people, and they don't need collaborative effort. Anyway, make I leave you to answer that question. And as I pause here, want to hear your thoughts and comments on our various social media platforms. And also feel free to subscribe and then share also, so that we can all collectively engage in this discussion. Because no matter how long we sojourn in US, London, Canada, Europe, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, or Kaduna, someday home is going to beckon. Ask yourself, would there be home for you to return to? Well, maybe except you became bad enough. Before I go, remember, some countries are even already asking Nigerians to go home, including Ghana here. As it has become so bad that even the Nigerian British is asking Nigerians to leave the UK. Think about it. See you next week.